right, we're gonna we're going to go ahead and begin. There's multiple meetings scheduled today as we're doing tentative budgets for various groups, and we'll start with the Administrative Control Board of the Utah Valley Roads Special Service District, which involves Commissioner Lee, myself, Brian Thompson, and Kim Jackson, our treasurer. We need to excuse Commissioner Lee because he is out of town. So as the vice chair, as we go along today, I will also suspend the rules and second any motions. So to begin with, our first item on our agenda is to approve the minutes from our July 17th meeting. And we have those in front of us. And so we'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve those minutes.
Okay, and I'll second that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 2-0. Okay, then the next item is to actually look at our tentative budget for the next year. And we tentatively are looking at a budget of around $300,000 in revenues and a expenses of the same amount. So the tentative budget is currently balanced. One of the things I might point out, it's my understanding that these funds are part of a federal grant, and that's always in flux. And this year, this is what the projection tends to be for that, compared to last year where we actually had just under $800,000. So at this point, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion that we adopt the tentative budget of $300,100 for the Utah Valley Road Special Service District.
I'll make a motion that we approve the tentative budget for 2019.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That passes 2-0. And then we next need to set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to go ahead and discuss adoption of the final budget. And that has been suggested that we meet on Tuesday, December the 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. here in the Commission chambers. Do I have a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for the Utah Valley Road Special Service District on Tuesday, December 4th at 9 a.m. in this room.
And I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 2-0. Do we have any public comments? Okay, seeing none, I do want to just also mention that maybe in preparation for that meeting, one of the things, and we can get together with the Attorney's Office and Public Works, is we discussed maybe setting some rules of practice and purchase as far as these funds. During one of the last discussions that we had, we came to understand that maybe buying capital equipment out of these funds wasn't the most appropriate, but expenses and things like that. So the hope is that maybe for that next meeting we can actually discuss some of those. So with that, I'll look for a
motion to adjourn.
Okay, seconded. We are adjourned.
There you go. All right, the next meeting we'll be holding this morning is a meeting for the Municipal Building Authority of Utah County. We have 3 items on our regular agenda. The first item is to approve the minutes of the October 2nd meeting. Any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 1.
I will second suspending the rules for this meeting. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 2-0. Next is agenda item number 2, to review and consider the tentative adoption of the tentative budget. Any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we tentatively adopt the 2019 tentative budget as stated in number 2.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 2-0. Next is to set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to be held December 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. to discuss the budget. I'd entertain a motion.
I'll move that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for the Municipal Building Authority of Utah County, Utah for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. at this location.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. One more motion is in order.
Do you want to ask for public comment just in case?
Oh, yes, we should do that. Any additional public comment? Seeing none, I'll entertain a final motion.
Motion to adjourn?
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next meeting that we have is the Board of Trustees for Utah County Service Area number 9 with 3 regular agenda items.
9,
I've got 9. We can do 6.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, it was just the order of my papers. So we'll go with Service Area 6, excuse me. And we have 3 regular agenda items. And again, given the absence of the third board member, I will suspend the rules for this meeting. First item on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the December 5th meeting. Any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 1.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 1. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Next is to review and consider the tentative adoption of the budget. Are there any questions on that?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we tentatively adopt the 2019 budget as stated in number 2.
I will second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next, we have agenda item to set a date, time, and location for a public hearing. The suggested date of December 4th. I would entertain a motion on that.
I'll move that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for Utah County Service Area number 6 for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. at this location.
Second, I have a motion and a second to adopt regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Is there any public comment for Service Area 6? Seeing none, I will entertain one final motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Everyone looks so excited. And next up, we have a meeting for the Board of Trustees for Service Area number 7. We have 3, I almost messed that. I'm glad I looked. I have 4 regular agenda items on this one this morning. Again, I will be suspending the rules for this meeting given the absence of an additional Board of Trustee member. First up, we have the approval of the minutes of the December 12th meeting. Any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 1.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 1. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Next up is to approve the minutes of the December 19th meeting. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 2.
I will second. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up is regular agenda item number 3. This is to review, consider, and tentatively adopt the 2019 budget. Any questions?
No.
None, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move that we tentatively adopt the budget as stated in number 3.
I will second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Next, we have a agenda item to set a public hearing, the suggested date of December 4th at 9 a.m. I'll consider a motion.
I'll move that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for Utah County Service Area number 7 for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018, at 9 a.m. at this location.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 4. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll consider one final motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. All right, we are now on to our Board of Trustees meeting for Service Area Number 8. Again, given the absence of the third Board of Trustee member, I will suspend the rules for this meeting. We have 3 regular agenda items to consider. The first is the approval of minutes of the May 15th meeting. Are there any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 1.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 1. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next, we have the review and consider the adoption of the tentative 2019 budget. Are there any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move that we tentatively adopt the budget as stated in number 2.
I will second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next, we have a agenda item to set a date, time, and location for a public hearing with the suggested date of December 4th. I would entertain a motion.
Move that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for Utah County Service Area Number 8 for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. at this location.
I will second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll consider a final motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. All right, next up, we have the Board of Trustees of the Utah County Service Area Number 9. Given the absence of a third member of the board, I will suspend the rules for this meeting, allowing me to second motions. First on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the December 5th meeting. Are there any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the minutes as stated in number 1.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 1. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 2-0. Next, I have to review and consider the tentative adoption of the 2019 budget. Are there any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move that we tentatively adopt the 2019 budget stated in number 2.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next, I have an agenda item to set a date, time, and location for a public hearing with the suggested date of December 4th. I'd entertain a motion to such.
I will move that we set a date, time, and location for a public hearing to discuss the 2019 budget for Utah County Service Area Number 9 for Tuesday, December 4th, 2018 at 9 a.m. at this location.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Any public comment? Seeing none, I'll entertain a final motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. I hope I don't jinx this, but so far I've managed to remember to second everything. All right, next up, we have Administrative Control Board of the Utah Valley Road Special Service.
No, that one's not us.
Oh,
They did that one.
They did that one. Next up, we have our Board of County Commissioners meeting. All right, we still rolling for our recording, Renee? Okay, fantastic. Yes, we do have that one.
I forgot to pull up that agenda.
There, Dave, I thought I was gonna get away. See, I did jinx us. I didn't get away with keeping it all in line without the help of our lawyers. Thank you. Job security, right, Dave? Okay, our next meeting that we're going to have is our Board of Equalization meeting. We have 7 regular agenda items for this meeting. Given the absence of an additional board member, I will be suspending the rules for today's meeting. First up on our agenda is approval of the Board of Equalization Assessor-Initiated Appeals Report for 9/13/2018. Any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the agenda item number 1.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 1. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up is the approval of the Board of Equalization Assessor Approved Review Process Report for 10/18/2018. Any questions?
No.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
I move that we approve the review process report stated number 2.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up is approval of the Board of Equalization Hearing Process Report for 10/18/2018. Any questions?
Nope.
Seeing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move that we approve the hearing process report as stated number 3.
I have a second. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 3. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0. Next up, we have to deny or approve a petition to the Board of Equalization on a property valuation. We'll look to staff for a report on this one.
Hold on, let her turn it on. Okay.
That helps, doesn't it?
Yep.
Bert Harvey, Tax Administration for Utah County. The first item on number 4, this is a late petition for an owner to hear a valuation appeal after the filing deadline. The auditor's office is recommending denial on this one. The circumstances stated by the petitioner really don't fall under the category of extraordinary circumstances. They're actually fairly common circumstances. The petitioner basically filed an appeal last year, went to state. The state ultimately finalized the appeal. It looks like just in recently in June of 2013, and I don't know if this petitioner ever asked the question of if they should file an appeal or what they do if they get their valuation notice and it's still high or whatever. Everyone who asks us, and again, I don't know the circumstances in this particular for this particular petitioner, but anyone who asks our office or the assessor's office, we always tell them, you have to also file a new appeal timely if you get your valuation notice and still just.
Did they want to appeal the appeal of the state?
What they're appealing is they're appealing their 2018 value. They appealed their 2017 value. It was finalized by the county. They appealed it to the state tax commission, and then their appeal to the state tax commission was finalized in June of this year.
Did the state uphold our valuation?
I don't know. I did not look at that. That's probably a good question. From their statement, I think that the state made an adjustment from whatever value we finalized it as.
Okay, so my next obvious question on these is, if we didn't get that in time till June, and I know the assessor has to have this done by May,
Right.
we probably went off our previous evaluation.
Yeah.
So
likely
why
we
would
would've-
we not hear this and review it?
Well, I'm just saying, my recommendation for denial is based on.
I understand there's no extenuating circumstances, but knowing
Right.
that we're a commission that doesn't want to overtax somebody,
Right.
and that because the state didn't send it till June,
Yes. As always, it's up to the board to agree with that recommendation or not. I'm just saying, based on the circumstances stated, based on what the law requires, based on what the word I'm looking for, the
and I don't
administrative rules
disagree with
are our recommendation is denial, but the board is, of course.
I just think it would be appropriate, just based, the assessor's office has taken some of these back to review at times. So in that one case where the state did reduce the value, and knowing the timing,
Yeah.
that would be the only exception for me, not because of their filing, just because the valuation deadline by the county, the state gave a new value after the 2018 value.
And unfortunately, I didn't really consider that question. I probably should have looked up and see what the state had done so I could have given you that information. I just don't have that off the top of my head. So it is up to the board. I mean, we have no ego here, so whatever you feel is the best interest of this petition.
And I would concur with you, Commissioner Graves, that given the circumstance of the timing from the state, that we would need to, it would make sense to look at it.
Okay. Well, then I will move that we approve the petition to hear the appeal.
I'll second that. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 4. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up, we have to deny or approve a petition to the board to hear an appeal of property valuation after the filing deadline. Again, we'll let the staff for a report.
Okay, again, this one is another, we're recommending denial on this one. The petitioner does state that there's a medical situation that happened at the 1st of July, which is before we sent out valuation notices. However, in his statement, he doesn't really address as to why or how that impacted his ability to file in time. Mostly, he spoke in his statement about the fact that it impacted his ability to improve the parcel of ground that is the subject of the appeal. So based on that, I mean, not really seeing that
So he's
making
claiming
any
the sickness
argument.
doesn't allow him to improve his property?
Right,
Not
this-
to change his valuation.
Yeah, he's making the argument that I didn't get a chance to improve it, so I don't think it's worth as much as you think it is. But he's not really addressing as to I mean, I would be inclined to move to recommend an approval here if I had some notion or some understanding as to that the motorcycle accident and subsequent possible physical therapy impacted his ability. But the statute, the administrative rule states that if there's a medical situation, it has to impact their ability to have filed the appeal on time. The accident happened the 1st of July without any other additional evidence. Our recommendation would be for denial on this one.
I concur. All right,
I'll move then that we deny the petition as stated in number 5.
I'll second. I have a motion and a second to deny the petition as stated in regular agenda item number 5. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up, we have regular agenda item number 6 to approve or deny a petition to the board for a property valuation after the filing deadline. Again, we will let the staff for a report.
Yep, and this is a factual error issue, so we're asking for approval on this so it can be fixed.
And I'll move that we approve the petition as stated in number 6.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 6. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. Next up, we have to deny or approve a petition to the board for a property valuation after the filing deadline. Again, staff one more time.
Okay, and for the last one for the day, this is a petition. Again, we're recommending denial. The petitioner is making the statement that they never received the notice. And looking back, again, the law is based on when the notice is mailed out. I know this is sometimes a bit of a point of contention, but looking back at the address history, we can see the notice has been mailed out to the same address since 2010. I included some of that history with the documentation. We've never received a return notice. Now, I haven't finished processing all the return notices this year yet, but I'm feeling pretty good that probably we don't have a bad address because nothing has ever been returned, either tax notice or valuation notice. So I have a pretty good feeling that we've been sending out the notice to the correct address. Likely, the saying I didn't get it is more likely the chance most likely is they did not open it until after the deadline, didn't notice it in the pile or threw it away thinking it was something else. That happens frequently. But again, I'm making a recommendation for denial based on, on what the administrative rule is, what we've done in the past. But as always, of course, we leave that up to the board's discretion.
I don't need to harp on the post office anymore, so I will.
You can harp all you want, Commissioner. I'll be right there with you.
I will move then that we deny the application as stated in number 7.
I will second. I have a motion and a second to deny the application as stated in regular agenda item number 7. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion will carry 2-0. One final motion is
Motion
in
to
order.
adjourn?
Second, I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Thank
Stand
you.
adjourned. Thank you. All right. Pause and start a recording one more time.
Paul, you're standing up, you're volunteering then for what's about to come?
Sounds good. All right, we are now going to enter our Board of Commissioners for Utah County's meeting for today, October 23rd at 9 a.m. Appreciate your attendance and participation with us today. As always, I'd like to begin our meeting with a prayer, reading, or thought, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. We look to those who are with us who might be willing to participate. Are there any who would be willing to offer a prayer, reading, or thought, or lead us in the pledge? Rich, let's pledge. Anyone for a prayer, reading, or thought? I will have with Spring. Thank you.
Spring Kenton. Dear, kind, and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for the beautiful day you bestowed upon us today. We thank you for the opportunity to join together and to work through the issues that are needed here at the county. We ask for positivity, strength, and that we will be able to accomplish the tasks that are set before us. We thank thee for all of our loved ones, and they ask and say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Join with me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll now begin the process of building our agenda. All items will be considered moved to consent unless held for further discussion. On our consent agenda, we did have 8 items currently placed. Were there any additional questions on those 8?
Not for me.
All right, those will stay there. Moving to our regular agenda, we had 8 regular agenda items outside of our closed meetings. I had item number 2 to be held for discussion.
The only question I had was on number 6, and either Robert or Daleen. In our budget hearings, it came up that we missed the ongoing agreement for $10,000 for maintenance. Is that this agreement? That's not the scanner? Okay, it was the other machine. Okay. I just wondered that. So, thank you.
Okay. Seeing no others, we will move those other questions in. We'll move those to consent and hold regular agenda item number 2 for discussion. We will go ahead and move to that. Regular agenda item number 2 is to review, consider, and tentative adoption of the 2019 tentative budget for the general fund and other budgetary funds of Utah County. Go ahead, maybe Brian, and just turn some time to you. You could just give us a nice overview of what we currently have.
Okay, first of all, I'd just like to emphasize that this is a starting point, and appreciate all the departments that have submitted everything to this point, reminding them that there is now, after the tentative budget, the process whereby it goes to you as the commission in your statutory duty to make decisions there. There will be a ranking meeting by the departments on Monday the 29th at 9 a.m. And I believe that's in the commission conference room. Yes. So far for this year, what we are proposing is a tentative budget in the amount of $90 million, $90,184,452. This, of course, is an increase over what we adopted last year, but we also, because of the economy, are seeing some increased revenues and things that way. This budget does look to use approximately $4.8 million from undesignated fund balance. Of course, each year as we close out the year, we always return money to fund balance from funds that aren't spent. But at this point, this tentative budget is balanced to $90,184,452 in both expenses and revenues. Any other questions?
No, I was just going to make a couple observations that's been interesting. In 4 years of doing this, one, we've increased over $10 million in the budget since I came into office. But the irony is I went back and looked, and if you go back, you're right, we turned back money. And at the ranking meeting, we typically add to this number and assign unassigned fund balance to this. But if you go back and look historically the last few years, that tentative budget unassigned fund balance, or the assigned fund balance at that point, is almost what we've used. We've been very close on the tentative budgets versus what we've gone above and gone extra. So it's interesting for all the department heads. They're like, well, we didn't get this, and we didn't get this, and we didn't get this. And then we come back and it's like, overall on the number to the county, it's pretty close. So it's kind of interesting.
Well, and in addition to all the efforts by the departments who carefully look at their stuff and provide that, I also have to give special recognition to our financial officer, Deneen Jackson, who really understands this in and out. And I think that goes to what you're saying, Commissioner Graves, is one of the reasons it comes pretty close. Is I think she has a pretty good handle on where we actually end up.
Her projections are within pennies, it seems like. She's very good.
Especially on the revenue side.
Yes.
Especially on the revenue side.
Very good.
Yep.
Perfect, thank you. Uh, Is there any public comment to this agenda item? Seeing none, any discussion from the board?
No, the only question I had is how come there's not a thing to set the hearing? Why do we not have something to set the hearing? Okay, already.
Yeah, we did
Okay.
that last week, if I remember.
Perfect. Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I understand there is just one clarification we need. As far as that budget ranking meeting, there was a question as to whether it was set in the commission chambers here or in the commission
I
conference.
don't care where we do it.
I don't,
Do we need to publicly notice it? Where? Well, we can repost it. But if it's posted in here, then that's fine. Let's do it in here
Either
where
way.
we can televise it and have everybody come up
that
and
works.
speak.
Okay. So, yeah, just that notation that it'll be publicly noticed to be here then.
Yeah. Okay. So, just for clarification, and before I make this motion, since the truth and taxation postcards have gone out to everybody, since we're now receiving those phone calls, the budget hearing that I was referring to is the morning where we will set the budget for 2018. The truth and taxation is that night at 6 o'clock, so for all the
So-
public.
In the evening,
Oh, we did, okay.
yeah,
We just set these others for 9 AM.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we said,
Well, we're gonna be here for a while then on that night. So anyway, okay. I will then move that we tentatively adopt the 2019 tentative budget for the general fund and other budgetary funds of Utah County.
second, I have a motion and a second. Did I remember to suspend the rules at the start of this one, Dave?
I think
Did-
so.
Okay. I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 2. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion will carry 2-0. We will need numbers 9, 11, and 12.
Okay, move that we approve move that we approve and set a date, time, and location for a closed meeting for a strategy session to discuss the purchase, exchange, or lease of real property, water rights, or water shares for today's date at this location following the completion of regular agenda items.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 9 as stated. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion will carry 2-0.
Move that we strike number 10.
Second, I have a motion and a second to strike regular agenda item number 10. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion will carry 2-0.
Move that we approve and set a date, time, and location for a closed meeting to discuss the character, professional competence, or physical or mental health of an individual or individuals for today's date at this location following completion of regular agenda items.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 11. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion will carry 2-0.
I'll move that we approve and set a date, time, and location for a closed meeting for a strategy session to discuss pending or reasonably imminent litigation for today's date at this location following completion of regular agenda items.
Second, I have a motion and a second to approve regular agenda item number 12. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion will carry 2-0. There were no work session items submitted. Is there any general public comment? Seeing none, we will go ahead and move to our closed meetings. Thank you for your participation today.
Just out of curiosity, the planning commission, will you guys have time to prepare the meeting and stuff, and it'll be on Tuesday, the 30th agenda?